Revenge. The spark ignites many of our favorite stories. Justice served, villains vanquished. But what happens when revenge doesn't bring satisfaction? What happens when, instead of liberating us, it chains us down? This is Thorfinn's story. A boy consumed by hate, a man saved by forgiveness. Today, we're diving deep into his journey, breaking down his redemption arc, and exploring what it teaches us about letting go of the past, finding peace, and building a life worth living. Thorfinn's story begins, like so many others, with a tragic loss. His father, Thors, was a warrior who abandoned violence, believing that a true warrior doesn't need a sword. But as a boy, Thorfinn didn't understand that lesson. When Askeladd kills Thors, Thorfinn witnesses his hero fall, which plants a seed of hatred in his heart.
Damn you! How dare you kill my father! I swear to the gods, I'll kill you! I am going to slaughter you!
This is the first key theme, trauma. It shapes us, sometimes in ways we don't notice. For Thorfinn, that trauma didn't just drive him, it defined him. Revenge became his identity, and every decision he made returned to that singular goal: kill Askeladd. But why does revenge grip us so tightly? Psychologists explain that seeking revenge often feels like regaining control after a loss. It's a way to assert power when we feel powerless. For Thorfinn, revenge wasn't just about his father. It was about proving himself, about creating meaning in his pain. For years, Thorfinn channeled all his energy into revenge. He trained relentlessly, fought in wars, and lived with Askeladd's crew to earn his chance at a duel. But when that moment finally arrived, it wasn't Thorfinn who ended Askeladd's life.
Nicely done.
Askeladd sacrifices himself for Prince Canute, robbing Thorfinn of his revenge and purpose. And this is the breaking point. What do you do when the thing you've lived for is ripped away? Thorfinn spirals, falling into despair and losing his sense of self. His journey shows us that revenge isn't a path to freedom. It's a trap. This isn't just an anime trope. In real life, the cycle of revenge can destroy us. Think about the Cold War, a conflict fueled by mistrust and revenge on a global scale. For decades, the US and the Soviet Union poured resources into an arms race, building weapons that could destroy the world several times over. And for what? The tension left a trail of fear, paranoia, and suffering for millions, only to eventually fizzle into an uneasy peace. The cost of holding on to hate is almost always higher than we imagine. Season 2 of Vinland Saga takes us into the heart of Thorfinn's redemption arc. Enslaved and broken, he's forced to confront the man he's become. At first, he's numb, going through the motions. But his friendship with Einar, a man who's also lost everything, starts to awaken something in him. Through Einar's patience and the hard work of farming, Thorfinn begins to reflect on his past. He acknowledges the pain he's caused and the lives he's taken. And this is where the power of letting go begins to unfold. Thorfinn chooses to break the cycle of violence. When Thorfinn lets go of his hatred, he discovers something incredible. Life doesn't end when you stop fighting. It begins. He decides to honor his father's legacy, not by becoming a warrior, but a builder. He dreams of Vinland, where people can live free from war and hatred. And here's where Thorfinn's story becomes universal. We all have the power to create our own Vinland. It might not be a literal land, but it could be a new purpose, a better relationship, or inner peace. So how do we follow Thorfinn's example? Letting go isn't easy, it's a process. But here are some practical steps. Acknowledge your pain. Like Thorfinn faces nightmares, we must confront our feelings, not suppress them. Find support. Thorfinn had Einar. Who's your Einar? A friend, a mentor, or even a therapist can help guide you. Focus on growth. Shift your energy from what's holding you back to what moves you forward. Build your own Vinland one step at a time. Thorfinn's story teaches us that our past or pain does not define us. We're defined by what we choose to do next. Forgiveness, peace, and purpose are not signs of weakness. They're proof of strength. So, ask yourself, what are you holding on to holding you back? And what could you achieve if you finally let it go? If Thorfinn's story resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. What have you let go of in your life? Or, what's your Vinland? Let's start a conversation. And if you want more deep dives into anime, life lessons, and self-improvement, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay strong, kind, and keep moving forward until next time.